Hello YouTube, I'm going to show you a video I did. I did my troll booger lips here. My first one didn't come out too well, which a lot of times that happens, but that's where you do the learning. You kind of learn mistakes on it for your next time. It comes out better. And this one right here, I kind of in a hurry, I casted it and let it dwell for like 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. But what happened was I didn't drain it well. And it wound up sitting for 3 or 4 days. I could tell it wasn't done. Finally, I got impatient and pulled it out. It looked dry from the inside, but it wasn't dry on the back side here. And it had some of the skin was dry. You could tell it stuck to the mold. This was all still wet inside here. It's because these low-lying areas here fill up with latex, gets really thick, and they just don't dry. The nose, however, it was a little different situation. I think I had too much clay still left under the nose, and it wouldn't have soared much. It wasn't even that thick, but it just pulled off. So, but also the same theories. This brow is another low area in the mold where you don't drain it well. Latex will collect on there, then it's so thick it never dries. You go pull it out, the points come out, and it's still liquidy under here. So this is a total disaster, total loss here. Plus, first one you get a lot more of the plaster coming off of it and stuff, and mud from the wet clay. So I was going to show you the back side of this. Which I'm talking about. See, on this side, you can see some of these holes opened up, which at least made it give it a full horn. Some of these, it just totally filled up and it's sealed. You can see right here. This one is solid, so it pulled off just like the other one. This one I'm talking about undercuts here, or low-lying areas. It just collects in here and it gets really thick. And same here. These are the lips, and if you cut it here, it's probably maybe 3 millimeters or more. Latex in there, maybe deeper, but yeah, it just didn't go too well. And I kind of knew that, but this is such a big mole, and I was killing my back, and my back wasn't doing good, so kind of rushed it on it. So now when I'm doing it, when I got me a tub, which I just let it set upside down and let it drain longer, and I also blow a fan on it so it'll dry quicker. But when this one came out a lot better. I gave it a few extra days. I was just trying to make sure it was all dry, but it dried pretty quick. Pretty much got most of the horns. When there was one area I found where I actually didn't get all the clay out of it, so on this one, but I went and dug it out. Most of the clay starting to come out on it. I took a power sprayer to it. I thought I got most of the clay out there, but apparently I didn't. There's a few horns where the tips still had some in there. But this one's really good. I can repair that, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to make a standing troll, old booger lips here, and I got a PVC and make a full body for it and everything. I'll make another one for mask, and a couple people want some blanks on it. But what I'm going to do for the inside, I went and got some of these hard hat fittings. You can get them like eBay, probably can get on Amazon, but I'm going to probably attach these in here on the top of the roof, and it's adjustable. You can adjust the tightness on your head and everything, make it fit good. Probably rivet them on there and then paint it and cover it up with some hair. But I got a couple of those, which I had a bad old porch pirate for. It was trying to steal them. He didn't realize what was in there. It wasn't worth really stealing, but let me show you the back of this. Now this one, you can see how the hose drained out really good from letting it sit upside and drain. All the hose drained really well. Nose came out really good. Lips weren't very thick at all. So just by letting it sit like an extra 15 minutes made the difference between this and that. So when you're draining your molds, make sure you flip them upside down and let them drain. I'd recommend one draining longer if you think it's going to help. But if you have real deep cut areas, you might have some of this. But if it's like a simple mask where you don't have a whole lot of deep cut areas, you'll probably be fine with like a 12, 15 minute drain on there. And then on last but not least, I made the ears. Got no one right here. I made a mole. I pulled out their hollow. I put baby powder in there, and then I foam filled it on the back side, so it's full foam. Then I've just covered it with more latex. I'm gonna put another cover to cover up these holes that developed in there from the foam. There's holes in the foam. So afterwards, I'll put hair on the back side. You won't even be able to see them, and I'll just contact cement this to the mask right there. And that's what it will look like once it's done. This mask is so big, I put a 5-gallon bucket of latex in it to let it dwell. You know, it was not even near the top. I had a spare gallon. I poured the spare gallon in it, and it still wasn't at the top. So I had to use a brush to kind of every 30 minutes come in here and dab it. I did like 4 times to make it to the top, and it seems to be just as thick as the dwelling part was, so that turned out good. If I was going to do a total dwell, it would be like 7 gallons, but this thing is so heavy right now, I'm about to bust a gut just trying to pick it up and pour it back out, and it's a major ordeal. But I got another one poured right now. I got it draining in a big black concrete mixing containers, rectangle shape. It's barely big enough for the mold to fit on top and drain off on it. So hopefully I have an even better one here soon. I'm probably going to make one, have it for a bus just in case, and I'm going to have one for yard prop and then a spare mask. And if any people else want some, I'll pull some for them too. But hopefully soon I'm going to go out and find some hair for it, and then we'll be making a troll. I'll paint it and try to get it looking good. But thanks for watching, and y'all have a good evening. And please like and subscribe. When I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to have a giveaway.